Right. We are back. Season 3 of the T-GOW Bloodbowl League is going to be underway very, very, very soon. Those watching, it's going to be starting on the 7th of February, my birthday. So, you know, it's always apt that the commissioner's birthday is when the league starts, you know, just to make sure there's potentials for the most bribes and things like that. But we have 2 divisions. We have a cup, as we did last season. Some new players in, some old players out. We even have, for the first time, redrafted teams. None in the Primera, but 2 in the Segunda. We'll get to those later. But I'm going to quickly round up the coaches and the names that are in the Primera division, and then we're going to have a look at their rosters. First time this season that we're going to be able to look at people's rosters and see how players progress throughout the season, how matchups work. The table is no point in looking at other than the fact that there is 1 automatic relegation, there is 1 relegation playoff place, and there is a division champion up for grabs. Coaches in this division are Carl with goblins this time as the mushroom pickers, Liam with wood elves as the somebodies. We have myself as vampires with the Nordic nippers. We have Rob as snotlings with the sneaky sniggering kniggets. And we have Sam as snotlings also. Nice little interesting tie there as the illustrated snotlings. And we have Lee coming up from the Segunda as well as Rob as humans with the Averheim Ashes. And we're going to look at the rosters in the order of the table here. So starting with Carl's team. Apologies if it looks a little blurry, but it is a big fucking roster as well as all of the others. So, as you can see, he's got his 2 trained trolls. He's got a bomber, he's got a loony, a fanatic, a pogoer, and a doom diver, taking as many of those positionals as possible. Then fleshed out with 6 goblins, just to make sure. You can see with the SPP that we dole out for free at the start of the season, thanks to our commissioner's training. The Looney managed to pick himself up Sneaky Git and Dodge. The Fanatic managed to pick himself up Block. The Pogoer managed to get Catch, as well as the Doom Diver. You can also see that Craven Moorhead has 24 SPP, which will need to be spent by this time the season starts, because obviously rules state that if for the first advancement you go past 18 SPP, it must be spent. I will speak with you, Carl, about that unless you see this first, then get training, buddy. You can also see there's some SPP dribbled about around the team. He has himself 4 rerolls, giving him a wonderful team value of 1,070,000. Pretty low. Pretty low. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's move on to the Somebodies by Lee. Left himself with 5 grand. And so, yeah, he managed to build this team on the slight cheap compared to the Goblins. Has no rerolls, though. It's going to be... oh, it's going to be painful. But I'm sure we'll manage. As you can see, he's got himself a thrower, 2 catches, and 2 war dancers. Not going with the treeman like most coaches don't. So he's following the trend there. Got himself an apothecary. Not bad, not bad. Let's give himself leap and fend on 2 of his linesmen. He's also put block and sidestep on a catcher. That's going to be nasty. So a blodge catcher with sidestep. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And I believe that's all he's managed to do with his points. It looks like they're all spent up. Oh, my bad. He's put dodge as well on 2 linesmen. I missed that. Leaving himself with a team value of 1.165 million. It's going to be a nice team, that is. That's going to score a lot of touchdowns. And considering the league has suddenly gone extremely agility-based rather than I would expect a lot of these teams, especially the stunties, to survive a lot more. But let's have a look at the one bashy team in the league that is mine. We're going to have a look here at the Nordic Nippers. Managed to build this team for the million exactly, rostering 5 vampires out of my 6 allocated. I am intending to go to 6, mind you, though. Managed to pick myself up 3 rerolls in this as well. And as you can see, my number 7 Thrall has picked himself up tackle. And given the state of the league around the grounds, it looks like it might come in useful. Pro went on to number 5 and number 2, as well as leader onto number 1. And I do apologize that the names have not been put on this roster. That is my fault, and I will get that fixed. You'll also notice that on vampire number 4, passing skill increase. So that is going to be my throwing vampire with an arm strong on a 2+. Gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I got myself 3 rerolls. I come out with a slightly lower team value than Liam of 1.12 million, but not as low as obviously Stunty teams, which is to be expected. Gonna be very, very interesting, this team, because considering how slight a lot of the other teams are, it's gonna be, am I gonna rack up Kaz's, or am I gonna Kaz myself into oblivion because of animal savagery? Oh, in test games, I've played 3 games at a tournament with the Nordic Nippers, and they had 6 vampires. I didn't inflict a single casualty on myself, and only 1 knockout. In test games, I have followed very similar trends. Let's see. Next, looking at the first of the 2 snotlings battling it out, we have Robs, and I will point out, the winner of the Half a Leg Cup last season, but now he's with, instead of the Hodgepodge Villains, he's now with the Sneaky Sniggering Kniggets. He has picked himself up 2 Train Trolls, 2 Pump Wagons, 2 Fungus Flingers, 1 Stilty Runner, and a Fun Hopper, as well as 8 Snotling Linesmen. Again, I will apologize if you can't see this, but I'm going to read you through it the best I can. Luckily, he has managed to avoid all of the SPP on his linesman, but on his runner, he has picked up Sure Hands, and on his Fungus Flinger, he has picked up Pass, which is going to be interesting, because obviously they're going to be wanting to do bombs all over the shop. It looks like he has 12 SPP on a trained troll that he is yet to spend, as well as 6 SPP on the same Fungus Flinger that has Pass. Both his Pump Wagons have 6 SPP, actually, and he's not spent it. As well as 3 of his linesmen have got 6 SPP each, and they have chose not to spend. Which, coupling with his 3 rerolls, has left him with a damn cheap CTV of 760,000. That is ridiculously low. That is unfortunate for people that come up against these snollings, because as a minimum, it's going to be 240 to 300,000 just to play the goblins. That's nasty. That is nasty. But where will the other snolling team for? Let's have a look. Oh my. Oh god. This is a roster. Okay, I see what's done. So this is Sam's team. This is the illustrated snotlings. It's alright. With everyone having different ways of doing their rosters, it takes a while to figure it out. But as you can see here, we have 2 Pump Wagons, we have 2 Trolls, and less of everything else. We have 1 Flinger, 1 Hopper, 1 Stilty, and then build to 16 with snotlings, which does mean, if I remember my rules right, and I'm sure people will remind me otherwise, you are not allowed to take star players in matches, because I believe you need spare roster spaces for star players. I may be wrong. I would have to consult the rulebook, but I'm sure people watching will know as well. But let's have a look at advancements. So we have a troll that's picked up Thick Skull. That's pretty solid. We have a Snotling that's got Catch and Sure Feet, so that might be the one that gets thrown by the trolls. We have also a Snotling with Diving Tackle, a Snotling with Leap, a Snotling with Catch, and a Snotling with Sure Feet. Alright. So, unlike other Stunty teams, putting skills on the linesman. Interesting. It has still left them with a budget with 3 rerolls of only 790,000, and they have 175,000 left from their initial 1 million spend. Considering they can't buy star players according to my memory, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. And you'll notice as well, guys, that I'm not purposely picking out any specific players. That's because I think it'll be interesting to do that once we start seeing how the players go. Last team, humans this time, so a bit of a middle one. And this is being ran by Lee, the Averheim Mashers. Looking at this, we have 3 rerolls and 5 fan facts, so they have, like, bought the fans ready for this. Ogre, interesting. Thrower, and 4 blitzers. No catchers. Interesting. Not even a halfling. Okay. So, and as you can see, looking at the skills, he has spent near 0. As you can see, Jay Adams has all of his SPP. Jefferson, all of his SPP. The blitzer, Madison, has picked up Mighty Blow. Nice. Oh, no, I see what he's done. He's done it the other way around. He's done it when he spent it. Okay. Oh, this is actually going to be tasty. Because Adams, Jefferson have both picked up Tackle. Madison has picked up Tackle and Mighty Blow. And then we have Harrison, who's picked up Wrestle. And we've got the Thrower, who's picked up Block. Interesting. I would have expected a passing skill. Okay. I would hope that you have a plan. But we'll see. Coming out with CTV of 1.08 million. Being the cheapest of the non-stunty teams. And only by 10k over the Goblins. But remember, the Goblins have to spend. I repeat, Goblins have to spend. At a minimum, they're going to be going up by 10 SPP, which would put them equal if they take a random primary. Lowering them by 3, taking them to 21 SPP. I don't know what the threshold is for level 2, but we'll see. Let's have a look, though, at the fixtures of this division. Yes. Can I look at the league fixtures, please? View save leagues, the T-GOW Primera division. Here we go. Let's zoom this in so you guys can see this. In the first round, T-GOW Bloodbowl League Season 3, we have, and I'm going to do the first 2 fixture rounds. And obviously I will update people as weeks go by, but I'm going to show the first 2 rounds for reasons I'll explain in the Secunda division. Mushroom Pickers are going to be playing the Sneaky Sniggering Kniggets, the 2 coaches that were in the final of the Half a Leg Cup last season. Carl and Rob, you 2 are going to be duking it out. And we're going to see if we can have a repeat of the last fixture. Next, the new boys Lee in the Averheim Mashers are going to be taking on the Nordic Nippers, my team. Arguably the most robust team to take on the Vampires out of all of them, closely followed by the Somebodies, who are going to be taking on the Illustrated Snotling. So we're going to have Sam versus Liam. Oh, it's going to be some interesting games here, I tell you, because I think all of these games are bang on because obviously there's a bit of a rivalry between Carl and Rob already cropping up. I think the Averheim matches are a great test for the Nordic Nippers to see how they may perform going forward. And Sam and Liam are arguably, in my opinion at least, very, very closely skilled. So. How will that go? And then let's look into the second week of fixtures. And we have, following the match against Rob, the Mushroom Pickers are going to have to face the Nordic Nippers, my team. So two teams that Carl, or two coaches, sorry, that Carl has built himself a rivalry with, myself and Rob. He's going to have to play back-to-back weeks. Will he start strong? Will he start weak? It might define his entire league, how this goes. The Sneaky Snigger and Kniggets are going to be going off the match with Carl and straight into the Somebodies. Looks like the Wood Elves are going to have some little men to deal with. Twice in a row, in fact, because they're going to be having double Snotling days. And finally, given what's left, we're going to have the Illustrated Snotlings taking on the Averheim Mashers. So, the new boys are going to be welcomed by a trip to some vampires and then a trip to the little people. And by God, it's going to be interesting. And I think this is going to be a real trial by fire. I'm not talking too much about the fact that the Sneaky Snigger and Kniggets are a new team to the league. Because they won the cup, they showed they are capable. The Averheim Mashers kind of flew under the radar a little bit and got in on a bye to the league. And this is all about, can they show and hang with the big boys like in the group chat? And yes, I'm looking at you, Lee. Oh, you chat shit up a storm. You play the big boy. Well, I'll have to see if you can hold on to that, dude. But until then, first round of fixtures are going to be played on the 7th of February. And we will see how the league starts to form. If you're watching this video first, half an hour after this video goes live, do look out for the Segunda Division roundup where we look at all of the Segunda Division teams, and then we may even look at the Half a Leg Cup and see how the fixtures are lined up for that. So, until then, thank everyone for the now newly named Lilly-Mae Primera Division of the T-GOW Bloodbowl League Season 3. See you guys soon after the 7th to round up how the first round of fixtures went. See you later, guys.